All right, guys, welcome back. This is week 2 of our Hilton Head food adventures.
Yes. Oh my God.
Part 2 of the video, and we're gonna start off with Wednesday this week, or in this week's video, we're gonna start off on Wednesday.
Yeah.
The week we were in Hilton Head. Lots of weeks going on there. But I gotta say, before we talk about any of the restaurants, Wednesday was the crown jewel.
Yeah.
When it came to food in Hilton Head. Not that anything was bad any other days, but just everywhere we went
was spot on.
Home run.
Maybe we just got lucky. I don't know, but Wednesday, the restaurants we're about to talk about now, y'all have to go to. These are the must-dos.
Yeah, all 3 of these. We had some must-dos in the first video. We have a kind of must-do for Thursday, but all 3 of these you gotta go to.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We'll kick it off. We're Kenny B's French Quarter Cafe. So a little bit of history from what I learned down there. He's from, the owner's originally from New Orleans, but he's been in Hilton Head for a while now.
Long time.
Yeah. So long, in fact, that it leads to something, a really cool thing that, especially for you.
Yeah.
We'll talk about in a second. But when you go in, just decoration, and I'll show you pictures. But everywhere. All kinds of New Orleans, Mardi Gras, everything. It screams New Orleans. For me, one of the coolest things was they actually had the t-shirt framed and a pennant from the 1999 college football championship, which was Virginia Tech versus Florida State, which was, my dad went to Virginia Tech, and I've always been a huge Virginia Tech fan, so that was really, really cool to see. For you, on the other hand, though.
Yeah, so we're a split household. I went to Clemson University for college, and I couldn't really tell for sure, but it looks like at least one or maybe both of his kids attended Clemson University. So they've got photos of football games and Clemson events and t-shirts.
And a giant photo of Trevor Lawrence.
And a giant photo of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, let's be honest. Who doesn't love Trevor Lawrence right now? I mean, really. But it was just...
Non-Clemson fans don't love him, but...
Even non-Clemson fans love him.
New York Jet fans love him.
And Dabo, for that matter. Who doesn't love Dabo?
I don't know if I love either one of them. But...
He loves Dabo. It's fine.
But anyway, so on to the food. So we got to order a beignets. And if you've ever had beignets are amazing.
And when I say beignets, I mean Cafe Du Monde beignets. Yeah. Or you have not had real beignets,
But these were about as close to the real thing as I probably ever had. They were large, and again, the photo will be up here in a second if it's not already.
They were large and in charge.
They were large. They were nice and fluffy on the inside, but crispy on the outside.
Perfectly
covered in
cooked.
powdered sugar. Just amazing. It's a New Orleans cafe, so I had a po' boy for breakfast.
For breakfast, a shrimp po' boy for breakfast.
But it was a breakfast shrimp po' boy. So it had eggs and cheese and hollandaise sauce and shrimp on it, and it was. I mean, this was this and the next restaurant were for our Disney fans out there, it was like a quick service type place, right?
Yeah.
It was not a sit down, it was not a fancy restaurant, but those 2 places were on my list of, I've got to do this again. And if we go back to Hilton Head, we'll go to Kenny B's. Yeah. And we'll probably do a breakfast because it was so good.
Yeah.
We'll probably also do a lunch or dinner just because I want to try that.
We're going to try the other meals. Now, what I will say is this was a Wednesday morning. We got there at 8:30 because we were going to be doing some water sports later that day, and there was literally already a line out the door.
Excuse me.
So this is a really popular place, but the line moves really quickly, so that's the good news.
What about your food?
So I had the City of New Orleans breakfast platter. So it just came with eggs, breakfast potatoes, which were just out of this world. They had onions and peppers and so much flavor. And it had bacon and andouille sausage, which is so New Orleans. And I think that's kind of the piece I loved about it. Like, I wanted, like, andouille sausage just screams New Orleans. So
but yeah, no, that a definite on the top of the list. If you go to Hilton Head Island, make sure you find time to go to Kenny B's.
Absolutely.
Well worth it. Okay, guys, so the plan for Wednesday, after we went to Kenny B's, we were supposed to go boating on these little mini boats. You'll see a video of that if you haven't already.
So much fun.
A lot of fun. Wednesday actually got rained out, though.
Yeah, it was not safe.
We're leaving Wednesday from the boating center, and we're supposed to I think it was barbecue, which we actually wanted to go into. No offense, we weren't feeling barbecue while we were down there. So one of us suggested, why don't we check the pizza place again? And I say again because we were supposed to go there Monday morning or Monday afternoon. They weren't open when we pulled in on Monday. So we went back to Fat Baby's Pizza and Subs. And thank goodness we did, because it was so good.
Oh, good.
You want to talk about the appetizer, the garlic knots?
Yeah. This is a New York style pizza place. Everything scratch made, so good. But the garlic knots, any review you look at, they will recommend getting the garlic knots as an appetizer. These are handmade, hand twisted, so much like buttery garlic goodness all over them. And it is a huge plate. Like, you're getting like 15, 20 of these garlic knots. So it's plenty of food, but they were so good. Crispy on the outside, really soft in the center. Perfect appetizer.
Then I got a Greek salad. And it wasn't like groundbreaking, like, oh my God, the greatest Greek salad, but it was a very...
They're known for their pizza, not their
It was
salad.
a really good Greek salad. Very generous portion.
Yep.
We'll talk about the pizza slices anymore. Everything was generous portions. We'll say that now so we don't have to continue to say it. But it was a very good salad. It was, you got... We'll talk about pizza last. So you got something else as well.
Yeah. So in addition to trying some pizzas, I got a half club sub sandwich. And they do homemade chips on the side. And I did want to try those. I wanted to try something else on the menu besides the pizza. And the sandwich was really good. The bread was really fresh. The ingredients were really fresh. And what's hilarious is the pizza was so ginormous, I didn't end up eating the sandwich at all. I just took it back to the hotel with us. But it was very good. Even when I ate it like a couple hours later, it was still really good.
So... Pizza, Brie got the pies pie.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like a margarita. It was a still tomatoes baked sauce, but it was kind of like a margarita. The way I would describe it, you described it as pepperoni
and margarita
had bacon. I would describe it was like a pepperoni pizza, but with fresh mozzarella on top.
Yeah.
So still,
so good.
And then I got the Fat Baby, because just like the garlic knots, almost every review said you got to get the Fat Baby.
This is the pizza they're known for. Yeah. So.
And then I also got a buffalo chicken pizza. So the Fat Baby, I'll start there because I think that was our least favorite of the three.
Probably, yeah.
It's nothing against the pizza. The pizza was perfectly cooked. It was great, giant Brooklyn style, thin crust slice. Like it took 2 hands to eat it, and I got a picture of that too. You'll see. But it just had a ton of onions, near raw onion, really raw onions, and raw bell pepper. And I'm just not a big bell pepper fan to begin with, so. Excuse me, that one wasn't for me. The buffalo chicken, on the other hand, I'd eat that all day, every day. That was good. Amazing. It had ranch dressing and buffalo sauce drizzled over top.
And my pizza was like 2 classics meshed together, so honestly, you can't go wrong with a pepperoni or a margarita pizza, to be honest.
And I don't want it to feel like we're downplaying it, but there's just not a ton you can say about pizza, but this was some of the best pizza I've had. Probably in forever. I mean, it definitely one of the best New York style pizzas I've had in probably, if not the best New York style pizza I've had, maybe ever, definitely the best I've had outside of New York. New York, New Jersey area. So
well, and it's interesting because when you think Hilton Head, you think seafood.
Yeah.
Like you go to the beach to have seafood. So,
I think this was the only meal I didn't eat any seafood.
Yeah, because I mean, pizza is one of those classics you have at home, but like we like to have a really good mix of different foods, and you're seeing that in these vlogs. We got a little bit of everything, but OMG, do not downgrade the pizza.
But yeah, just definitely if you're there, you're gonna have that day that you want to take a break from seafood, that you want something, something kind of comfort food, or just simple and quick. This is the place to go.
This is the spot.
You gotta go. You gotta try it.
This whole day was our day to get away from the seafood. Like New Orleans for breakfast.
That's not entirely true because I had seafood at breakfast and then
we'll talk about dinner in a sec.
But anyways, Kenny B's, go to it. This was the food day. If we're talking about it on Wednesday, you need to go. Yeah.
Kenny B's for breakfast, Fat Babies for lunch, and let's talk dinner.
To Oco. It's a Japanese hibachi and sushi restaurant.
Yep.
This was another dress up. We dressed up nicely. We recommend a reservation.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, Wednesday night it wasn't too busy. There wasn't a line waiting for seats or anything, but
I mean, in our defense, we weren't in the hibachi area, so we don't know exactly how busy it was in there.
Agreed, but what I'm saying is I think this is a good spot to get a reservation just to be on the safe side.
Sure.
It seems like a place that could get really busy really quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I made the reservation on TripAdvisor. You can too. The link's in the comments below, or in the the description below. But so I made a reservation through TripAdvisor, and they called us on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was really awesome to confirm the reservation.
Confirm the reservation and find out, did we want to sit hibachi or did we want to sit non-hibachi? And we chose non-hibachi because I wanted to go for sushi. And so I didn't want to take up a hibachi seat if I wasn't going to eat hibachi.
Right.
And we asked them, and you can still order the hibachi regardless of where you sit.
Absolutely can.
Same thing, you can order anything on the menu regardless of where you sit. Mm-hmm. But obviously if you're in the hibachi section, why sit in hibachi if you're not going to eat hibachi? So I knew I was going for sushi.
You want the experience.
But then you don't get the same experience if you're not eating that food. So I wanted sushi, so that's what we did. So we're gonna kick it off. We ordered crab rangoon appetizer, and OMG, it was 7, 8, 9
it was
pieces.
A big appetizer
of pieces of crab rangoon.
And I mean, decent sized
good
ones.
Size ones too. And they were crispy, and there was so much crab in them. A lot of times you get crab rangoon, and it's like you get
all cream cheese.
A hint of crab, or a little flavoring of crab in the cream cheese.
Yeah.
This was a hint of cream cheese.
Yeah.
And it came the sweet and sour, the orange sauce that always comes with crab rangoons. I didn't confirm, but it really tasted like it was fresh made too.
It was warm, which you don't normally get with the sweet and sour sauce. It's usually just a cold thing on the side.
Yeah, it was
but
warm.
They warmed it up.
So
it wasn't too sweet.
It drizzled over the rangoon. And it
so
had a little
good.
bit of spice to it. The sauce did great. So. I ordered just straight sushi.
We ordered a lot of sushi, y'all. A lot of sushi.
This is my picture. I got the lobster dragon roll, a Philadelphia roll, and a California roll. You guys, if you know sushi, you know the Philadelphia and the California are. So they were very good, but nothing, we don't need to write home about that. The lobster dragon roll, though, was a tempura roll. So it was a fried roll with lobster, crab stick, avocado, a spring mix, spicy mayonnaise, and eel sauce. And it was delicious. I think that's, you ate a piece of that. And now I will tell you, Bree does not like avocado.
No.
But what'd you think about the
I had no idea there was avocado in it. I couldn't tell. The flavors worked so well, and literally,
and you don't. To be clear, you don't like avocado because of the consistency. So it's not necessarily the flavor. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
But it added a really like silky, creamy texture to the roll, and
that's why I wanted to highlight that, because I think for somebody who normally doesn't like that consistency, you felt like it actually helped elevate the roll.
Yeah, I was
more,
really surprised. It's something I would absolutely order again, even though I don't like avocado.
And then Bree got a shrimp tempura roll,
which is my regular.
and it was good. It was very good.
It was very good.
But then she went a little off kilter too with the bomb roll, which was actually a keto roll.
Yep.
There was no rice. It was wrapped in cucumber. I'll let you talk about it first.
Which I think was...
We both tried all the sushi. Well, she didn't. We both tried... We shared the sushi.
It was a basic roll, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was... It had crab sticks, and then it had more fried shrimp in it.
Yeah.
But then it was just wrapped in cucumber sticks as opposed to the rice. And
it was almost like they hollowed out a cucumber.
Yeah.
Like they kind of spirarized the cucumber.
It was really cool how they did it. I wish I could redo it, but I didn't miss the rice. I really didn't.
Now, I disagree a little bit. The roll was delicious. I'd eat the roll again. But if I was going for sushi, I don't know that I'd ordered it. Because from a sushi standpoint, and I will also say, traditionally, if we make a meal and rice is part of it, about half the time I don't eat rice. It's nothing against rice, I'm just not.
And he's mad at the roll for not having rice.
And so, it didn't feel completely like sushi because it didn't have the rice. But
if you are keto or low carb, this was a really, really great option for you.
Exactly. I'll let you talk about your hibachi.
So for me, I don't eat raw fish. So I'm very particular about the types of sushi that I get.
Bring it on. I'll eat it all.
So we shared some sushi rolls, but I got the steak and chicken hibachi, which comes with a side salad, ginger dressing, hibachi soup, the whole jazz. So I wouldn't have felt bad for taking up a hibachi seat, but it was still super good. The flavor was great. Everything came out piping hot. I think we actually got some sake while we were there too.
Yeah, we tried sake.
I've never tried sake, and I didn't hate it.
It wasn't my favorite sake I've ever had, but that's okay.
Yeah, so I don't really know what to compare it to, but it was super smooth, and I think it paired really well.
Sake too, to be clear, yeah,
it paired really well with all of the food. We obviously took like half of it home with us because it was just.
No, I didn't take any of mine home.
Okay.
I think we took half of your hibachi home, but we ate all the sushi.
So it was a lot of food. The price was really reasonable.
Yeah, I mean,
for everything
it wasn't a cheap meal, but we named off 5 sushi rolls and a hibachi dinner and an appetizer
and sake and drinks.
2 orders of sake. We probably could have got away with 1, but I wasn't sure. So, and we were on vacation, so live life to its fullest, right?
For sure.
Especially, I would say this is on the you gotta go.
Yeah.
If you like Japanese food, if you like hibachi, go. If you like sushi, go. If you like both, definitely go. But I will say this is a key moment to remind you. Make sure you plan out your food in advance, because when we were at Boathouse, Skull Creek Boathouse, I really wanted to order sushi there.
Yeah.
But I knew we were going to Oco on Wednesday, so I didn't. So again,
we settled for the ceviche.
Yeah.
And which was not settling at all.
And then honestly, I wanted some more ceviche when I was at Oco, and it didn't happen. So, but definitely a recommend. Definitely give it a try. You won't be disappointed. If you hate if you're like my dad and you hate Japanese food, well, even my dad would have been happy because they'll eat hibachi.
There's a little bit of everything. The hibachi side, you can absolutely do date night, family, whatever you've got going on. Really cool environment. The table side can be really romantic for date nights. They've got blue lights everywhere. It's all
the
dimmed.
only knock I give on the atmosphere is because of the COVID and the social distancing, they didn't have anybody sitting at the sushi bar. And I think they had let not the cleanliness, but the aesthetic. So not the cleanliness as in there was rotting food or anything, but the
God,
cleanliness and the you know, not having an empty package of something, or not leaving something on top of it, or like the aesthetic cleanliness of the hibachi bar was a little below par. But that was just because they didn't have people sitting there regularly.
We're just being.
I'm my interest is to give you the full picture, so that's why I bring that up. But everything was plenty clean. The restaurant was gorgeous. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It like I said, you got to go. So
absolutely.